Welcome to Academic Matters. I'm Joe Marbach, the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs at Lasalle University. Essentially, I'm the Chief Academic Officer. Today, I'm joined by Dean Tom Keagy of the School of Arts and Sciences. Tom, welcome to the program.
I'm delighted to be here.
First, could you give the viewers a little bit of your own background, where you're coming from, what your specialty is?
Sure. I actually was born here in Philadelphia, but most of my time has been spent in Texas. I grew up in Texas, went to the University of North Texas and earned a doctoral degree in mathematics. Became a faculty member at a Baptist institution and then a state institution in Texas and then Duquesne University in Pittsburgh. And then moved here. I was in Pittsburgh as chair of a math and computer science department, came here as dean in 2003.
Okay, so you've been here for quite a while. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the School of Arts and Sciences. It's the largest component of the university, certainly in academic affairs, and the oldest as well.
That's right. We have about 60% of the students in the university in arts and sciences have both undergraduate and graduate programs in the school. We have about 35 majors in undergraduate majors, and about 12 master's degrees and 2 doctoral degrees in the school. Our most recent degrees that we've had approved are a doctoral degree in theology, which has several tracks to it. A founder's track, a Christian spirituality track. It also has a track for church ministry. That degree is a little bit different degree in the sense that it is on a model where a lot of individual tutoring, so it has a cohort. So we have a small group of students that progress through the degree at the same time, and then these students can be, they're on campus for a short period of time and do the rest of their work either individually with a faculty member here on campus, or perhaps if they're at some distance, they can do some distance learning as well in that program.
And that's a degree that really reflects the mission of the university. It's geared, as you said, towards founder studies and,
that's
and religious.
Right, and it also has a Catholic studies track to it as well. So it's very focused on what we believe the mission is, and also prepares people for careers in the ministry, not as priests, but certainly in other ministries, education ministry within the church, etc. So we think that it's a very practical degree. Mm-hmm. It also has a research component to it. So we believe that it will really add to our list of degrees that we're offering here.
Okay. And I know the second degree that was recently approved was a master's degree in interpretation and translation.
That's right. That's part of our Hispanic Institute, and we're very cognizant of the fact that the Hispanic population in this region and nationwide is just growing at a tremendous rate. Something like 24% increase that they're expecting in the next 10 years or so. So we already have a large population of Hispanics here. And the idea of the Hispanic Institute and the degrees that they offer, and particularly this degree, the interpretation and translation degree, is that we want to serve this population. So it's not a degree just for Hispanics to come and take the degree, but it's a degree that we believe will serve them. So for instance, when you have someone in the medical area, a person of Hispanic descent who maybe the first language is Spanish and has a difficult time communicating with a doctor, oftentimes they have to bring a family member in for a very personal discussion. And what this degree will do is prepare people to provide the translation that would be necessary to have good communication in situations like that, or legal situations, government, business
areas,
etc.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's a very practical degree.
Absolutely.
And as you point out, many of the students aren't necessarily Hispanic in their ethnicity, but it's really those who have good English skills and want to learn their Spanish skills and develop them even better. So I know it keeps very much in our tradition of a practical, relevant education. What else is going on? What are the faculty up to, or the students? What kind of accomplishments can we expect to publicize about?
Yeah. We have a large number of students that are involved in some sort of an international experience. So every semester we offer something 6 to 8 travel study courses. We have students who are studying abroad, spending a semester or a year abroad. So we're very active in the international area. As you know, the Christian Brothers are very active internationally. They have something like 80 countries, I think, and have hundreds of thousands of students in their schools.
I was just reading those numbers. They're in 82 countries, and they have just over 900,000 young people, students from kindergarten through college age, that they're servicing in one way or another.
And one example of how we're connecting through this Christian Brothers network is a travel study course that I was able to participate in last year. I was able to go with one of our faculty members, Bob Vogelin, Education Department, on a travel study to Israel and into Palestine. We were joined there. We had 17 people from Lasalle that were on this trip, and we were joined there by 13 members of Lasallian University from Brazil. And part of our trip was spent in Bethlehem, where the Christian Brothers have a university there in Bethlehem University. And we spent a whole day there with Palestinian students, United States students from LaSalle, Philadelphia, and then students from Rio.
Yeah, and that really seemed to be a transformative trip. I spent some time with the students who attended and participated, and I'm still hearing reports of how these students have become leaders on campus to really share that experience. And the contacts continue, as I understand.
That's correct. There are conversations about continuing to have the same students meet up again in Turkey. We're hopeful to go to Turkey this next spring. And we're also talking about the possibility of having some summer programs here, where we would bring students in from various Lasallian schools, probably start with the Brazilians and perhaps students from Mexico. And we're hopeful that will turn into a good program that will draw students from all over the world here to our campus in the summer.
Yeah, it's really part of the efforts to internationalize the campus and expose our students to just that Lasallian international community, and there's a lot of emphasis going on in that area. You've got some other really exciting programs going on in arts and sciences. They may not be as new, and some viewers may be aware of them, but the whole Explorer Connection has really been one that links diverse and divergent points of view and programs on campus. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. It addresses one of the real tenets of arts and science. That is, we work very hard here to keep the boundaries between disciplines very low. So we're working to have a lot of contact between the disciplines, really a lot of interdisciplinary work. And the Explorer Connection sponsors many different events on campus. Perhaps the most popular, best well-known right now is what's called a cafe session. And once every week during the school year, we have cafe sessions in which we talk about issues which are not easily decided. Things like, what about performance-enhancing drugs? You know, do you believe in performance-enhancing drugs? Well, of course, nobody believes in that, you know, for athletes,
except Barry Bonds.
Except for Barry, yeah. But then you start talking to people, well, what about an extra strong pot of coffee that you made to keep yourself awake overnight so that you could be prepared for a big meeting or a test or whatever? And we started talking about some of the implications of that. We talk about all kinds of issues that talk about ethics and cross boundaries. There was one on happiness not long ago, which was a very popular one, which had some deep elements to it as well. So that's been very popular. The Explorer Connections also sponsored a symposium on sustainability, an annual symposium, which we'll be offering again next spring, which was very popular. Our first one was this past spring, and we had over 120 people who attended. So they've come from all throughout the region.
Right, and that was right during Heritage Week, so it was very much in keeping with, again, the mission of the university.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And you've been doing some work with autism. Is that
right.
related to the Explorer Connection?
It's roughly connected, yes. The latter is a organization of people across disciplines that are working with families who are impacted by autism. So we've got people in education, psychology, and in the School of, outside of Arts and Sciences, in the School of Nursing and Health Sciences, speech, language, hearing, nutrition, nursing, etc. Social work, again, from the School of Arts and Sciences. And we have a center here. We have a grant from the Widener Foundation and a very generous grant from them to work with some of the students from the Widener School, which is just a couple blocks away from here. As you know, we're also working with students from some other neighborhood schools as well, and trying to help these families, give them workshops about everything from financial issues to health issues to providing them respite care while their children are here, to do some sort of educational offerings that we have. Marriage and family therapy is offered for the families as well. So that's a really...
Yeah, it really sounds to be taking off, and so many of the children today are being diagnosed with autism. I mean, it's really
right.
Very timely and,
right.
And really to be so interdisciplinary and to connect so many different elements across the university. It's really a very exciting
right.
Effort, and we're looking forward to moving that on. We've only got about a minute left, Tom. I know you can brag about your faculty and some of their accomplishments.
Right.
Tell me about what they've been producing.
Yeah, we've had a very productive year in the last year in terms of research, and we really believe in connecting our research to our teaching. Teaching is always #1 here at LaSalle. As you know, we're named for the patron saint of all teachers, after all, so teaching is #1. But we've had 17 books come from the faculty in the past year, which has been a banner year for us. Approximately 100 articles that people have published in peer-reviewed journals, and we've also had something like 200 presentations at professional meetings that faculty have made. Wow. So that's
quite impressive,
great,
a very impressive output by faculty. My guest has been Tom Keagy. He's the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Tom, we ran out of time, so there's so much going on in the school. I do hope you'll be able to come back and share more about what we're doing.
I'd be delighted to.
Thank you. Coming up, I'll be talking with Dr. Lynne Texter, Chair of the Communication Department. Welcome back. Once again, I'm Joe Marbach, Provost at Lasalle University. In this segment, I'm joined by Dr. Lynne Texter, Chair of the Department of Communication. Welcome, Lynne.
Thanks, Joe. It's nice to be here.
For those who aren't familiar, could you give us a little bit about your background, how you came to LaSalle, and how long you've been here?
Sure. I'm originally from upstate New York, Rochester, New York, thus my Rochester accent, and I spent all of my time in New York schools. Went to Ithaca College for my undergrad in radio, television, and film. And then I went to Syracuse University's Newhouse School for a master's degree in public relations. And then staying in New York State in the Snow Belt, I went to the University of Buffalo for my PhD in interpersonal and persuasion.
And in Buffalo, all you can do is study.
All you can do is study and find ways to stay warm. The football team was good for a while, so that helped.
Okay.
And after that, I came down here, and I've been here over 20 years here in the communication department.
Okay, great. Now, how long have you been chair?
I've been chair, I think this is my 8th year.
8th year.
And I was 10 years the assistant chair before that. So
wow, a real glutton for punishment.
Absolutely. But it's a great department, so they make it easy.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. And now I know one of your passions is teaching at LaSalle and in a Lasallian way. Could you explain to viewers what it means to teach Lasallian values?
I'll try to talk a little bit about that. I was very fortunate, coming to LaSalle, I was very fortunate that I had a lot of job offers. I didn't realize that my background was just right for when I was coming onto the job market. And I had 5 job offers, and I chose to come to LaSalle because there was just something about the teaching here that was so important. And at first I couldn't really put my finger on what it was that made it different, but I picked to come here, and over time, as I learned more about the Lasallian approach to teaching, I was able to identify a little bit more about that. So one of the things I like to talk about is LaSalle. The Lasallian tradition talks about that their teachers should be brothers and sisters to one another and older brothers and sisters to the students.
Okay.
And it reminded me when I talk about it that when I was about 8 or 9, my older brother decided that we would go on field trips in the summer. And he took me, we would get on our bikes and we would go on field trips, different places, and we went to one place where they roller skated in the garage and another place where their family had a monkey. And so he did that for a while, and we did those trips. And then when I got older, he also taught me to parallel park. And when I think of that, that's exactly a good reflection of how teaching is here at LaSalle. That it's not like my parents were taking me on a field trip. It's not like a boss was doing something, but it was my brother being a patient person who'd been on that journey before. And that's what I think about in the classroom, is that it's more like we are guiding our students in a way that is unlike some other teachers are with students.
How important is it that the Christian Brothers are part of the faculty and they're part of the academic and scholarly life at the university? Your department was founded by Brother Jerry, a long-standing member of the community.
Yeah, that ethos of the brothers is so important. The idea of presence and teaching by example is really something I think is a hallmark of a Lasallian education, is that I know in my department and other departments, the faculty really believe that we are there for the students, not just in the classroom, but also we're models for students outside of the classroom, when we make mistakes as well as when we do the right types of things.
Yeah, it seems like the brothers' presence, and we do have the largest number of brothers at any academic institution here in the United States, so they are really a part of the community, and people see them all the time. I mean, it's quite common for our students to have regular interaction with the brothers.
And the brothers have a teaching style, and I know you're familiar with it from experience, that the brothers almost have a teaching persona that's different from a lot of places, from Brother Ed Shee, who will like stand in the corner and cower in the corner to make a point about history, or Brother Jerry Fitzgerald, who would jump up on a desk in the middle of an accounting class. That there's a sort of like a character ethos or something, that the dynamism that the Christian Brothers bring to the classroom, that was just such a place that I wanted to be, and I watch how our students respond to that, and I think it's really different than a lot of other places.
Oh, okay. How does that manifest itself in your department and in your program?
I think that one of the ways is that we are very interactive, that we know who our students are. And another one of the Lasallian traditions would be meet the students where they are. Well, you have to know your students to know where they are, and to be able to work with students and to be able to get them to go further than they ever thought possible. When we teach, we have a program in Prague, my department, we have a master's program in Prague, and the students there always remark that they've never really had an educational experience like that when our instructors come over, that our faculty are so familiar with the subject material, but also so familiar with ways to reach students in different and exciting ways.
Yeah, I guess the American educational model is very different than what you see in Europe and certainly in Asia. And I know that when international students come to the United States, and to LaSalle in particular, it's a bit of a culture shock because they're asked to participate and not just sit back and take notes.
Right. The students in Prague, many of them Eastern European, are used to teach and test, teach and test. And it's a very formal relationship where the teacher never knows you and you never know the teacher. And here we get to know our students pretty well, and they also get to know us through, we like to tell stories in the classroom, we like to use examples, we like to do application.
Yeah, and speaking of application, one of the hallmarks of a Lasallian education is that it's practical and relevant, and certainly the degrees that you offer through communication are applicable right away. So could you tell us a little bit about those degree offerings and how students have taken advantage of it?
Sure. I'll talk first about some of the particular classes that I'm really impressed. Some of my colleagues who teach communication theory, you would think, oh, that's going to be something that's just abstract, and how am I ever going to use that? And the ability of our professors to take the content and show students how theory comes to life in professional settings, beyond the classroom. So we have our undergraduate degree with tracks in mass media, journalism, public relations, and communication management. And then we also have a master's degree in professional and business communication that we teach here on main campus, on Bucks, and also in Prague in the Czech Republic.
Wow, so it's a worldwide degree.
It's a worldwide degree, and because communication is, no matter what career you go into, communication is one of the skills. We like to say that, anything you do, we're part of it.
You're going to be, yes, it's going to be a very practical degree in that sense. And,
absolutely, practical.
Yeah.
And also, almost because communication, if you're interested in sports, communication, their public relations, camera, if you're interested in the arts, if you're interested in corporations, that communication is necessary in every type of institution.
And the students have been successful, very successful with your degree.
Absolutely. One of the common misperceptions is that there aren't jobs in communication, and we have a whole bulletin board where we show that our students have a wide variety of careers. You get jobs in communication because you speak well and you write well.
Yeah, and I imagine that the field itself is ever changing. We see newspapers kind of dying out, but they're quickly being replaced by blogs on the internet and YouTube and Wikipedia and whatever else is going on out there in terms of emerging technologies. How is the department adapting to that? How are students adapting to it? Oftentimes we're learning from them because they're at the cutting edge.
Sure. Well, one of the things in the history of communication is always when one medium starts to fade, another one is going to come along. And so we're really working very fast to keep up with, as you said, newspapers fading a little bit, but blogs, websites, all are coming on. And we're working very hard so our students can have those skills, and not just for the first job, but for the second and third job down the line.
Yes, and that points to another component of what education at LaSalle is. We really do prepare our students to be lifelong learners.
Absolutely, absolutely. We don't want them to just learn some skills that are, that they could learn on, watching a video on television. We want them to be able to think well and apply those in other ways as they go beyond their first jobs.
Right, and part of that is, again, our general education requirements. Communication is a key part of that, so that the department's very much imbued and imbibed in the life of arts and sciences, the liberal arts tradition here on campus.
And we want students to have something to write about and speak about, so having a minor or a double major is perfect for a communication major. That you're going to maybe write about political science, maybe you're going to write about history, you're going to write about health and medicine. So it's very helpful for our students to complement that with the liberal arts courses as well.
That's great. Lynne, what courses do you teach?
Most recently I'm teaching Persuasion, which is one of my favorite courses to teach. It combines a lot of different great things that are going on, and students think that we're only learning how to manipulate other people, but we're actually learning about good ethical ways to help change attitudes and behaviors.
Sure, it's all about presenting a point of view and
Absolutely.
Communicating that very well to the students.
And persuading the provost to come on a show on LaSalle TV sometimes.
Yeah, usually people are trying to persuade me for more dollars or something along that line. So this was a real pleasure. I enjoyed the opportunity to get to chat and meet the deans and other folks that are going on. We've only got about a minute left. Lynne, anything else you'd like to tell us about either your experience here at LaSalle or what's going on with the department that our viewers should be aware of?
The department is one of the largest undergraduate majors on campus. A lot going on with LaSalle Television, a lot going on with, we have a program through our journalism track where they work with the Germantown community to actually produce stories for an underserved community in terms of news. So there's a website and connected with WHYY. There are also a lot of our students are getting stories about the Germantown community that are appearing in a variety of different venues, which is great for the students and is really great for our community.
Yeah, hyper-local journalism, I think they call it.
Hyper-local journalism, where everyone can be a journalist if he or she has the skills to do it well.
And we're teaching them to do that. That's
and we're
great.
teaching them to do it, sure.
Thank you, Lynne. It's been great to hear about what's going on in the department.
Thank you.
My guest has been Dr. Lynne Texter, Chair of the Department of Communication. My name once again is Joe Marbach. Thank you for watching Academic Matters.